So with this so-called Trump hush money trial, I think that the media has set up a false dichotomy. Let me explain. Hi, I'm Stephanie Michelle. Welcome to Sithra, Achra, where we discuss the 3 taboos of politics, religion, and sex. First of all, this trial is actually known as the people of the state of New York versus Donald Trump. Today, in court, Hope Hicks, Donald Trump's former Director of Strategic Communication for the White House, testified in court on behalf of the prosecution. However, she was not a willing witness, but rather she was subpoenaed to court by the prosecution. Now, the prosecution is claiming that Donald Trump used these hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels in order to aid his political campaign for president in 2016. Whereas the defense is claiming that Donald Trump only paid these hush money payments to the porn star Stormy Daniels in order to hide it from his wife as a personal matter. And the testimony of Hope Hicks in court today, under oath, seems to have confirmed both of these claims. So I think that both of these claims are true, and I think both of them can be true. I think that Donald Trump was in fact trying to hide his affair with the porn star Stormy Daniels from his wife Melania Trump, as well as his daughter Ivanka Trump. However, I also think that Donald Trump was using these hush money payments to pay off porn star Stormy Daniels in order to illegally help his presidential campaign. Of course, Donald Trump, like all of us, has a presumption of innocence in a court of law until proven guilty or not guilty. But this does not mean that in the court of public opinion, we cannot already have a predetermined opinion. Today, in court, Hope Hicks testified that Donald Trump was in fact aware of these hush money payments made to porn star Stormy Daniels by his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, as well as the catch-to-kill scheme that Donald Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, arranged with David Pecker, the director of the National Enquirer at the time, in order to squash the story of Donald Trump's affair with the former Playboy playmate, Karen McDougal. And she also made it very clear that he was upset about it, especially he didn't want his wife, Melania Trump, or his daughter, Ivanka Trump, to find out about it. These facts seem to be helping the prosecution in their indictment against Donald Trump. However, her testimony also confirmed that she believed that Michael Cohen was not a trustworthy person and that he sometimes acted rogue. These facts seem to be helping the defense in their claim that Donald Trump was simply trying to hide this information from his wife, Melania Trump, and his daughter, Ivanka Trump, and that he wasn't fully aware of all the stuff that Michael Cohen was doing allegedly on his own. Of course, Michael Cohen, he was indicted on these very charges, and he was found guilty and served time in prison. The Mueller report mentions Donald Trump as individual number one in regards to this case with Michael Cohen. Of course, the special counselor, Robert Mueller, he refused to even consider whether or not Donald Trump was guilty of these crimes based on the Department of Justice policy not to indict a sitting president. Interestingly, Donald Trump's claim to Hope Hicks that he didn't want a newspaper sent to his house at Mar-a-Lago for Melania Trump to read doesn't make sense because Melania Trump didn't read newspapers. She got her news from her iPad. Only Donald Trump read newspapers. Also, we know that Donald Trump likes to micromanage. Therefore, his claim to Hope Hicks in the office that he wasn't really aware of what his former lawyer, Michael Cohen, and his friend, David Pecker at the National Enquirer were doing doesn't really make a lot of sense. Of course, Donald Trump's affair with the porn star Stormy Daniels was not of the same caliber as his affair with the adult actress Karen McDougal, who claimed that she was actually in love with Donald Trump, and they were having the affair at the time he was married to Melania Trump. And of course, both of these affairs were happening while he was married to Melania Trump. Hope Hicks specifically mentioned that she and everyone in the office, including Donald Trump, were afraid that this news would affect the campaign. Of course, all this came out on the heels of the infamous Access Hollywood tape in October, just prior to the November elections, where Donald Trump claimed that as a celebrity, women let him grab them by the pussy, and therefore everybody in the campaign office was concerned that another incident like the Stormy Daniels debacle would hurt his chances of winning. And this seems to help the case of the prosecution. So was this issue a political matter or a personal matter? I think it was both. Therefore, I think that Donald Trump can be found guilty on this charge. And the charges which he has been indicted with do not include the hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels, but rather falsifying business records with the intent to commit or conceal other crimes. Nonetheless, I am not convinced that the charges should include a felony crime, but rather maybe a misdemeanor. After all, Donald Trump is a former president, and the notion of sending a former president to jail or prison just is something that the founding fathers probably never conceived of. But nobody is above the law, not even a former president of the United States of America. I mean, this is a difficult matter. However, that does not mean that Donald Trump isn't guilty, nor that he doesn't deserve to go to prison or jail. I don't think our founding fathers envisioned a president being guilty of crimes like these. Since no cameras are allowed in this New York court by its presiding judge, Juan Merchan, I'm going to show some courtroom sketches from this trial. Here are some courtroom sketches of Donald Trump in court. And here are some courtroom sketches of Hope Hicks today testifying in court. Thank you for coming and watching me. Shalom. Peace.